Hello friends. In today's video, I'll teach you relative pronoun. What is a relative pronoun? What is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. For example, Ram is a tall boy. He is a basketball player. In the second sentence, we use the pronoun he instead of the noun Ram. He, she, it, they, you, etc. are pronouns, but relative pronouns is a word that introduces a clause which describes or gives information about the noun. For example, the student who won the drawing competition is my elder brother. In the above example, who relates to the student, which is modified by who won the drawing competition. Who also introduces the clause who won the drawing competition. They-like conjunctions are words that join clauses. For example, this is the pen which I lost yesterday. Here in the sentence, the relative pronoun that joins two clauses. What are the two clauses? This is the pen and I lost yesterday. Here, the relative pronoun which joins this is the pen and I lost yesterday. It becomes this is the pen which I lost yesterday. They ask questions as which one, how many, or what kind, and who. Here it asks the questions which pen. Which pen? The pen I lost yesterday. Don't get too burdened by the technical terms. They are not important in understanding the concept. There are 5 most commonly relative pronouns. They are who, whom, whose, which, and that. Who and whom are generally used for people. Whose shows possession for people and things, which is only for things, and that can be used for things and people. Let's begin with the relative pronoun who is used exclusively for persons or people that are the subject of the sentence. It is used for both the singular and the plural noun. For example, the flight attendant who helped me was very nice. In the sentence, the relative pronoun who refers to the subject, the flight attendant. It is used for singular. These are the students who have passed the exams. Here the relative pronoun who refers to the subject, the students. It is also used for the plural noun. The students, the plural noun. Who has the other two forms, the object form whom and the possessive form whose. Whom is used when the relative pronoun refers to the object of the sentence. Whom is also used for the singular as well as the plural noun. For example, she is the teacher whom all the students like. Here the relative pronoun whom refers to the teacher, which is the object of the sentence, and the subject is all the students. Nowadays, whom is considered very formal and is used mainly in writing. In spoken English, who is often replaced by who. So you can use who instead of whom in the above sentence, and it becomes she is the teacher who all the students like. The pronouns who and whom can also be used to refer to animals, especially pet animals. We consider them as persons. For example, the sound of his car scared our cat Lily, who was sleeping on the rug. Do you have any doubt in the usage of who and whom? Here are some sentences. Mary is visiting her parents live in Australia. What do you have to put here, who or whom? First of all, let's split these two sentences into smaller sentences or clauses. The first is Mary is visiting her parents. The second is her parents live in Australia. We want to focus on the second sentence instead of her parents. Can we use they or them? What do you say? They live in Australia or them live in Australia. Them live in Australia is wrong. They live in Australia is correct. So no M, no whom. Simple. So who is the answer? Mary is visiting her parents who live in Australia. Remember, this is not a question. This who just refers to her parents. Okay? In the second sentence, his brother as a cricketer taught him how to play the cricket. What are the two sentences here? The first sentence is his brother is a cricketer. Second sentence is his brother taught him how to play the cricket. So in this gap, what do you use? He is a cricketer or him as a cricketer. He is a cricketer is correct. So once again, who? His brother, who is a cricketer, taught him to play the cricket. In the next one, John dash you met yesterday is my father. Can you split this into two sentences? So for the first sentence, we cannot start with John. The first sentence is, you met John yesterday and John is my father. That is the second sentence. Can you say you met he yesterday? No. Can you say you met him yesterday? Yes. Instead of John, we can use the pronoun him. We can have am in him, so we can have am here in the answer. John, whom you met yesterday, is my father. See the next one. The workers dash he employs are poorly paid. Can you split this sentence? He employs the workers and the workers are poorly paid. Can you say he employs they or he employs them? We can say he employs them. So we can have am in them. We can have am here also whom. The workers whom he employs are poorly paid. That is the answer. Check some more example. The people dash just boarded the plane are in a rock band. The people means they just boarded the plane. So who? The people who just boarded the plane are in a rock band. Next one. The cousin dash we met at the family reunion is coming to visit. The cousin means he or she. So we met him or we met her at the family reunion. Him or her. So whom? It becomes the cousin whom we met at the family reunion is coming to visit. So use who for he, she, they, we. Use whom for him, her, them, us. The possessive form of who is whose. It is used only for persons, objects and animals. For example, the man whose daughter won the tournament is a cricket coach. We usually use whose as a relative pronoun to indicate possession by people and animals. In more formal styles, we can also use it for things. For example, a dog whose owner lets it run loose may cause an accident. The tree whose branches shade my kitchen window is an oak, which is used for animals and non-living things in the singular as well as the plural. The same form is used for the objective and possessive cases. For example, this is the dog which I lost yesterday. The house which my uncle built is being sold. In the first sentence, which refers to the dog, an animal, and in the next sentence, the pronoun which refers to the house, a non-living thing. Next one is that. That is used for people, animals and things in the singular as well as the plural form. For example, I know the house that they live in. Here that refers to the house which is a thing. The 2 rabbits that you have bought are females. Here that refers to the 2 rabbits. Plural subject, they are animals. The musician that won the award is my cousin. Here that refers to a person. In this sentence, you can use who instead of that. Then it becomes the musician who won the award is my cousin. See these examples. I have lost the book that you gave me. The salesperson that you have employed is very lazy. You can omit that from the above sentences. If you say, I have lost the book you gave me, the salesperson you have employed is very lazy, it's okay. That is used after superlatives. She is the finest woman that I have ever met. In this sentence, we use that after the superlative degree. What is a superlative degree used in this sentence? Finest. Here we use that instead of who. See the next one. The Wimbledon men's final was the best game of tennis that I have ever seen. Is there any superlative form in this sentence? Yes, best is the superlative of good. Here we use that after the superlative instead of which. We can say both of these sentences as she is the finest woman whom I have ever met. Who I have ever met. And the Wimbledon men's final was the best game of tennis which I have ever seen. But instead of who and which, we use that. So that can be used in preference to who or which after superlative. That can also be used after adjectives in the superlative degree. For example, the Tyrannosaurus was the most ferocious creature that ever lived on earth. In this sentence, the adjective is ferocious, and the superlative degree is most. That can be used after the words all, same, any, none, nothing, only. For example, all that glitters is not gold. He is the same person that he has always been. Was it for nothing that I took all this trouble? Humans are the only animals that can talk. That can be used after the interrogative pronouns who and what. For example, who am I that should object? What is it that troubles you so much? That can be used after it is. It is the teacher that decides what is to be taught. It is the day that everyone should remember. Sometimes when and where can be used as relative pronouns as well. For example, grandma remembers a time when radio shows were popular. I want to visit the island where my grandma was born. In these cases, when and where introduce clauses that describe a noun that refers to a time or place, making them work as relative pronouns in these sentences. What is also used as relative pronoun. What refers only to things. It means the same as that which. What cannot be cured must be endured. Here, what means that which. That which cannot be cured must be endured. He found what he was looking for. He found that which he was looking for. Relative pronouns are placed directly after the noun or pronoun they modify. Don't forget it. So friends, that's all for today's class. Do an exercise and check your understanding. Here are the questions. Read it well and do it. Check your answers. The man whom you met yesterday has just left. Whom? The book which you lent me is very interesting. The woman who lives next door has won a lottery. The road that leads to the station is very wide. You can use which also. The fish which I ate yesterday was stale. You can use that also. The flowers which I plucked this morning are still fresh. You can use that also instead of which. The doctor whom we consulted is very well known. This is the house that my father built. Okay. We met the sailors whose ship was hijacked by pirates. This is the juggler whom I told you about. Where is the shop that sells picture postcards? What's the song that you are listening to? You can use which also. So guys, these are the answers. Hope you have got all answers. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much. See you again. Till then, bye-bye.